Ever wondered what it's like to fly the legendary F-15C in War Thunder? Before you dive in, let me take you on a wild ride with this beast of the skies. The F-15C is an iconic fighter jet known for its air superiority and cutting-edge performance. But does it live up to the hype in War Thunder? In this video, I'll break down everything you need to know about flying this jet, from its strengths to its quirks, so you can decide if it's worth taking it to the skies or letting it stay in the hangar. First, let's talk about the F-15C air-to-air pylons. It can carry 8 AIM-120s and 4 AIM-7s, and 4 AIM-9Ls and 4 more AIM-9Ms. For the fuel tanks, it can carry 9 fuel tanks at max. I won't be talking about the bombs because I believe that bombing is not the way you should be using the F-15C, but how should you be using the F-15C then? Well, you are completely free to use it for bombing if you want, but if you want to get good at top tier, I advise you to use the F-15C as a air superiority fighter because that is what it was mostly built and used for. Okay, so what strategies should you be using in the battlefield? These strategies are based on what I've seen and what works for me, so you might be more used to different things, but let's begin. Well, if you ask me, I'd say that you only need one strategy to succeed, although you are free to use your strategies too. But my advice would be to fly in the left portion of the map and at 4,000 meters above the ground. You also don't want to be the one furthest to the left. Usually flying in the direction to the base that's on the left works for me. Then what you want to do is wait until you see some contacts coming towards you on your radar. If the enemy is higher or at the same altitude as you, you should fire your AIM-120 the closest you can from him. But don't get in less than 15 kilometers closer to your enemy. That's where I draw the line, even if my enemy is completely blind. But when should you fire a missile more exactly? If you can get into 20 to 18 kilometers of range, fire your missile. But if the enemy fires his missile before the 18 to 20 kilometers range, you shouldn't launch it because it means that your enemy is aware of you and it probably gonna notch if you send a missile, so don't waste it. But keep in mind that there is still the chance that he's dumb and doesn't notch, so it's up to you to decide. Now let's talk about higher distances. The maximum you should send a missile is 37 kilometers, and remember that the higher you are, the more energy the missile will have from the start. You wanna aim for those enemies that are lower than you and that won't be expecting you to fire a missile to them. But you also don't want to fire your missile at people who are sniffing the ground because multipathing will sure do its job. Just to remember that the closer you are from near enemy, the chance of hitting will be higher. Okay, so after that initial part of the game, your team, which is mostly on the left side of the map, is gonna start turning to the right to face the enemies, and a furball will eventually start. The only thing you need to know for joining a furball is that you have to be the lowest to the ground that you can, so you are protected by multipathing, and you always have to keep an eye on your surroundings and RWR. At first it will seem impossible to engage in a furball, but furballs can only be mastered through intensive training. Okay guys, so now that I talked you through this, we can now see what it looks like in a match. So we have here the plane. Let's go a bit further. Oh, the sonic booms. So if I could see my radar, would be helpful. I see there's a MiG-29 right here, so let's go into this sensor view. My radar is searching, and you see that I'm looking down because I'm not looking up into all of these enemies right here. Player, let's see, squad, nope. Enemies, nope. Allies, nope. Air targets. Will I get a lock on that guy right there? I believe he's going really low to the ground, but as you can see, it's not enough. We have a MiG-29 right here, but I did not see him. you gotta keep in mind that what I did not point my plane upwards to see the enemies that were higher up. I pointed my plane down to see the enemies that were down, because that's what I'm gonna focus on. And luckily the enemies above me, or at the same altitude as me, did not really shoot missiles at me. So let's see how this missile goes. Let me see player weapons. We can see the missile right there. There are two planes right here. No, one plane, and he's sending two missiles. And looks like the missile hit, and it was a what is it called? Critical, and he's spinning, and that's what happened. Now there's two MiG-29s there, and I'm gonna try to engage him. I get a lock. I shoot a missile at what is it? 20 something kilometers. The missile is going. It's connecting. He's really low to the ground, but I end up killing him, I believe. No, I don't kill him because the missile is not gonna connect because he's gonna notch, I believe. Look, at this point, he's not even really notching. I get the missile sent at me, I believe, because my RWR is telling me. The missile doesn't connect, and the enemy is not engaging me. The other dude with this R27R1, but the missile does not connect to me. So what do? I engage now to this MiG-29. I get a lock on him, I get a missile, and then I look away from him. So if he does get a missile on me, I'm already notching, or at least close to notching. So if I need to notch, I don't have to turn as much as I was looking at him. Okay, so that MiG-29 at 14 kilometers, I didn't really see him. Like, when you go to TAC view, I think that's what it's called, you see a lot of enemies that you won't see usually on a match, which is actually crazy. So my team is pretty dead. Let's see, we have a lot of enemy planes. Wait, I wanna go to... Wait, where is me? Right here. So, now I'm searching. Let's go a bit faster. I'm going close to the ground. Let me see my RWR. We are going at normal speed. I'm close to the ground, so if they do send a missile, because now this is kind of mid-game, where my team, let's see the map, where my team is now starting to go from here, where most teammates go left, you know, and they are starting to go from here, around here, and they are gonna start engaging the enemies right here. But my teammates are all pretty dead, you know. I don't think I can really show you, but when I saw in the match, they were all pretty dead, so there was nothing I could really do. I mean, if I was better, I could have survived longer, but of course I cannot do miracles. I can't kill the entire opponent, the entire enemy team. So let's see now what happens. I go down low, about 40 something meters from the ground. I'm searching. Do I get a lock? That's the question. And I'm getting a locked. And I did not get... He's locking me, as you can see, and so I go close to the ground. And I sent him a missile. And I did not send the missile to the right guy. That was my fault. So I sent the missile to a guy over there, and he's gonna start going close to the ground. I'm getting a lot of pings in my RWR. I'm going really close to the ground. The missile doesn't hit me. Another missile does not hit me. I send another missile that doesn't connect. But you see, here's where I did wrong. I went high up. I completely forgot. I thought I was clear. I thought I already went through all of the enemies, but damn, there's this missile right here, who did not hit me, luckily. But then this missile hit me. So let's get out of TAC view and just view this. This is so beautiful. Another missile. Wow. I did not have much teammates around, like as you could see. So, but that was mainly my fault because I went high up. I could have survived longer, but I don't think I could have killed the entire enemy team. And that's basically it. That's basically how I play my matches. I'm not the best, but I have improved. I was usually getting some matches before, not really matches before, some weeks ago, no, days ago, I was getting matches with 0 or 1 kills. Now I'm getting matches with 2 to 3 kills, which is way better, and I survive much longer now, which is it's an improvement. And but no, I'm not close to being a pro player or anything, but I do see that I'm getting a bit more skill. I'm getting more skilled at the game, and it's not as hard as it was before. Like at the start, when I made a video complaining about top tier, I was basically getting 0 to 1 kill max, and 2 kills luckily sometimes, and I was always flying low. But as you see here, I'm not always flying low, and I mean at the start of the match I'm not always flying low, and I managed to get 2 kills. I managed to notch a couple missiles, a good amount of missiles actually, that I notched or that I evaded by using multipath, which was great. Was it a good battle? Like I mean, I could have gotten a bit more kills if my teammates. In this case, it was the other team was stronger. I'm not a great player, but as you can see, I notched a lot of missiles, or at least evaded a lot of missiles, either by notching or multipathing. This is what you gotta do. And if what I advise you to do is go on your matches and go to TAC view and the replays and see what you did wrong. Right here I saw what I did wrong, and what makes me improve so fast, or at least what makes me improve now, it's the fact that I can realize the mistakes that I did. That's what it comes down to. But this is what I want you to understand. You gotta insist in playing War Thunder. You cannot give up. If you give up, you'll never achieve your dreams of being a good War Thunder player. So that's basically it. See you in the next video.